Yet we were very clear in the morning at around 8 that we are not obligated to give the DCI any information to help them with the investigation. They are the DCI. I'm not, or we are not. They should investigate and tell us the outcome of the investigation. Then we deal with that one later. But I want to take this opportunity, thank the people of Kiambu, the people of Mount Kenya, and the people of Kenya who have been standing with us in solidarity, telling us itapita, and telling us they already know what the government is doing. And I want to tell you a good reason. Maybe you're asking why we decided to keep quiet. As I said, one, we are not obligated to give the DCI any information. And two, we do not trust this government. We do not trust it to give it information first. Then they go manipulate it and create other statements from other people they might be bringing to incriminate us. So we are saying, you go do your investigation. And then if there's an issue, we meet in court. And I'll say that we will not be cowed. Anytime DCI invite us here, DCI, we will come. But I urge the DCI and the police or anybody else who is being involved or used politically by the government machineries, that they should also understand we are the people's representatives. Today, we were voting in parliament. And you know, the Senate is not like the National Assembly. The Senate is not like the National Assembly. Our vote counts per county. So if today, where we were voting on monies to be dispersed to counties, and I don't have a vote that is casted to represent Kiambu, it's the DCI and the government who are being used to make sure I do not present the people of Kiambu the way I'm supposed to. But we are saying, first of all, some of us, it's the first time we are interacting with the DCI. You know, we have been law-abiding citizens all through. But we are now interacting with them to understand how they work. And actually, we have realized they even have problems. You know, I might say I was idle, but I've learned a few things. They are not happy with the SHA. They are not happy with affordable housing levy. Their salaries are down. Ziko chini. So we are asking those who are making the budget, and especially the executive, angalia hawa maofisa vizuri ndio waache kutumika, so that they can invest somewhere and they can do business somewhere else. Waache kutumika. Those are our fathers, they are our brothers, and they are our sisters and mothers in there. So we have learned a few things, and I'm telling you, we are going to represent them. And I'm going to bring an amendment that teachers and police officers should not be paying that affordable housing levy. That is something, because I've realized, without mentioning name, they're also suffering. But nevertheless, we have told them and we have asked them and we have urged them not to intimidate, not to do arbitrary arrests or intimidation by the Subarus and all that. But I'm very happy for the state. I know you have also been harassed, and I want to take this opportunity that we shall protect the media freedom at all costs. Because if it were not for you, probably right now I'll be in a Subaru headed to Nyeri. Right now I'll be in a Subaru headed to Naivasha. But because you are here as our eyes, we have been released. Because for me, I felt it was like an arrest, because I could not live at my will. We were being told, wait, we are consulting, and you don't know who they are consulting, and you don't know who they are talking to. So we will support the media freedom. And I say, pole sana to those who are harassed, and you should report about it, so that the other CID officers, because I believe not all of them are like those who are harassing us here. But you know, in my culture, we say, I don't want to direct translate, but kiamia kemo shamia short. Thank you.
Well, let me start by saying I associate myself with the sentiments that have been expressed by the legal counsel, and of course my Senator Karugo Dango. But most importantly, to say also that it has been a long day. We've been sitting in that boardroom since 8 a.m. And in that boardroom, there isn't much that was said. They were just engaging us in stories, including stories of monkeys, how they steal bananas there, and that there was nothing much in terms of what they probably would have called us for that transpired. But what hit me hard is you are getting in there and they're having charges against you. One of the charges is that I caused bodily harm. And I imagine for once, when pandemic broke loose, I had to run for my dear life. So I don't know how those people interpret. But again, I thought that they wanted us to have a statement so that they can use it to generate other statements to incriminate us. So in short, we are not satisfied with what is happening. We know we are being harassed. It was a serious psychological torture that you are kept there doing nothing until 5. And in fact, I thought at one time that they wanted to keep us until the media left. But now I'm happy that the media is here. You're doing very good work. Continue. I have heard that they have spoiled some of the cameras. Poleni sana. But tutaendelea kung'ang'ana kabisa. Ile kitu ambaye naambia serikali, you can try to punish those people who are seemed to associate themselves with the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Because I think that is the only crime I can talk about. But we shall not relent, because the 2010 Constitution gives us the latitude to associate with whoever we want, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of association, and we are going to exercise them as much as they will be running after us. We shall be going there if they want us to go, but we shall fight for our rights. It is unfortunate that this is happening in this country when you have the 2010 Constitution.
Maybe let me say something very, very quickly. I have read, because I'm a fair young legislator, the youngest of the Senate, I've always read detention without trial. But I actually feel that, and I actually know that today I have tasted detention without trial, because on our own motion, we walked to the DCI out of the summons that I had given to two of our colleagues. And once we got in there, we have sat there from the introductions that we made, and from the point that the client or the two colleagues said that they want to exercise the right to remain silent. We have been sitting at the DCI since 7 in the morning until now. It's going to 6 in the evening. So that's about more than 12 hours just seated doing nothing. And more punishing is that we were restricted in our movement. We walked voluntarily. We could not be allowed to even go out. We have not taken water. We have not taken tea. We have not taken anything the whole day. And I actually feel that this country has gone back to very, very dark days that I never enjoyed myself in my adulthood. I've never seen anybody detained without trial, with a court order that has an anticipatory bail that you cannot arrest this person. So now, since they could not arrest the two of the colleagues, they decided to punish us by telling us that investigations are ongoing. We were speaking about among ourselves. The DCI, from the director, the person who has just told us that we have no case to answer or we have nothing to say, they have not engaged us the whole day. Just they were telling us that we are waiting for further orders. The next officer comes and tells us we are waiting for further orders. Another officer comes and tells us we are waiting for further orders. Another officer comes and tells us we are waiting for further orders. Until the director himself of serious crime came and told us, we are so sorry that we have been keeping you for this long. We don't think that there is any reason to hold you here. That was 5:30. There's any reason to hold you here. We allow you to go home. We shall call you next time that we require you. And they had specifically told us to come at 7. If indeed they knew that they have to consult many people, they would have told us to go to Parliament. We would have gone to Parliament, would have done our legislative job, and then would have come back here at 4, 5, 6, because there was nothing exactly that was ongoing. So this country is going back to very, very dark days. In fact, it cannot be the days of Uhuru Kenyatta. They cannot be the days of Mwai Kibaki. This country is going back to the days of Daniel Moi. And I want to imagine that President William Ruto wants to walk in the direction and in the footsteps of
Daniel Moy. That is why he was fighting you, the media. I mean, what wrong had you committed by just coming to try and cover these proceedings? And I would actually want to say, had you not been here, I want to imagine that we would not have even been allowed to go home. The reason why we have been allowed to go home is because they knew that we are still here and you're waiting for us and you have to report to the people back there. So we want to thank the people on the social media, we want to thank the people of Kiambu, the people of Mount Kenya, the people of Kenya who have stood strong and who have pointed to these excesses and the powers that are being exercised by the government and President William Ruto, because the DCI was here and they're saying they are consulting a higher authority. In my opinion, the highest authority that would be consulting then would be William Ruto, because if the decision was to be made by the DCI, he was here in the morning. He would have made that decision and would have gone home. There's nothing that we have said for the 11 or 12 hours that we have sat in that boardroom. We have not said anything. We have not been asked anything. We were just seated there. At least they would even have given us water to keep us busy or to even keep us alive. But nothing. When it is that we are now told to go home. Finally, I have said that I want to reiterate and address this particular point. If the intent is to intimidate us so that they can test our resolve, I want to commit that our resolve is extremely deep. Even if they locked us in, even if they took us to the police station, even if they were to produce us in court, even if they were to prefer charges, fabricated charges, because I actually imagine that in that charge sheet, they should not have written attempted murder. The only way it would have been written, it would be attempted suicide. It cannot be murder, because you cannot kill yourself. You cannot hire goons to come and kill you. The goons came to the tents that Honorable Modi and Honorable Karugo were in. So you cannot say that those charges had anything. So we want to say that if they invite us, we shall come. If they invite us at 7, we shall come. If they invite us at 8, we shall come, whatever day. But they must, and we have also said, as we are making our closing remarks to the DCI, we have told them that we are also public servants. They should also allow us to serve our constituents. We cannot spend our time here. We spent the whole day yesterday. We never went to Parliament. We spent the whole day today. We never went to Parliament. They will invite us again on Monday or whatever day. When shall we work for our people? I don't think I have anything more meaningful to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Vernacular. Yes. Vernacular. Sawa.